Last time on Dragon Ball Z.
I'll tell you who he is. The Supreme Kai.
So that's not excessive? You want to marry my daughter? It's so cute! Really? So I've definitely hit the record button on Camtasia this time. Provided Melbourne weather holds up its end of the bargain, we're good to go. Hey guys, Saxu26 here and welcome back to Let's Play Legacy of Goku 3, Boo's Fury. Last time the World Martial Arts Tournament was rudely interrupted when Videl was beaten to near death and Gohan had the literal life sucked out of him by Spopovich and Yamu. After that, we gave chase to the Southwest Forest to find Barbady's lair and were met with a level 70 character gate. For Goku, who last we played as him in the other world, I got to level 65. Meaning from the way I'm playing the game already, the game is expecting me to level grind just as this chapter has started. I'm not sure how to feel about that, to be honest. But thankfully, because we had control of Goku when we went to the lookout to go get Zenzu beans, I took some time off screen to get him to level 70, so that I am literally not starting this part with a commercial break to grind him to level 70 off screen just to move on with the plot. I refuse to do that. Like, yes, there's going to be level grinding, and yes, I'm going to cut stuff out, but I refuse to level grind at the start of a part. So, immediately we are met with margin fighters, martial artists who have been converted over to Barbady's side. Humans emblazoned with the same M on their forehead as Spopovich and Yamu. Every enemy we are going to be fighting here in Southwest Forest is in some capacity under Barbady's margin spell, meaning they are under his control and he is basically being guarded by an entire army. And that is really cool for world building. It's like, if an opponent has mind control on their side, they wouldn't just stop at 2 henchmen, especially if they've been traveling from planet to planet, conquering the place as they go. They would want to use that power to its utmost. And remember, the human race has billions of people in it. If he could get control of as many as possible, he would have them buckling to his whim. Granted, his mind control does have a catch to it, but you're going to be seeing it a little more so in full force later down the track. A lot of these people were not necessarily kind-hearted compared to Spopovich and Yamu, and that ain't looking like a human. That is looking like an alien of some kind, and it is. Margin Soldier, one of Barbady's henchmen from an unknown alien species. And I'm noticing they have power as their only offensive stat rather than strength. Meaning, they're gonna be long range fighter? Come on. You know you want to. There we go, took his time. They fire laser beams, not key blasts. Friggin' laser beams. Even the standard mobs in the Southwest Forest, personalized to suit the plot, and their basic energy attacks are not even the basic energy attacks that most enemies have. They are personalized based on the kind of characters they are. This is an immense case of world building that Boo's Fury trounces Legacy of Goku 2 in. I mean, yeah, we had the returning Warlord henchmen in like the airships and stuff throwing bombs and shooting mortars, but like enemies from other planets, ooh, 2 green belts. I will take that, thank you very much. Actually, is that better than the one I've got on Goku? It might be. It is, but I'm not the right level to be able to equip it, so I can't. I need to be level 82. But we'll get to that when we get to it. But yeah, like, even the basic energy blasts on basic enemies here in Southwest Forest. Ooh, thank you for the Bronx Keiko. I believe that is also too high a level for me to use it. But I'll kill you first before I check. 74. There was a hamburger that went flying. Fantastic. I think I forgot to put in the points for the other level up. My bad. The Bronze Keiko, I think, yeah, also level 80. Let me go get the hamburger. But yeah. Short end, like, TLDR of what I was saying there, the world building in Boo's Fury is amazing. It's just, it is marred by the fact that in order to get forward in the plot to see this stuff, it expected me to level grind immediately? Like, I could have done it in the other world when I had him at level 65, but that means I would have had to cut stuff off screen immediately, one part into the game. That doesn't seem right. And yeah, I don't want to do that. So now we've reached level 75 and learn instant transmission level 2. The cool thing about the way that the stat points and the leveling up in Boo's Fury works is that I think it's either every 15 levels above 60 or every 25 levels above 50, an energy attack will level up to level 2. You have the option to toggle it back down for less power and less energy consumption, and this is something I might play around with because some of them get overpowered, but some of them get massive upgrades. For example, Instant Transmission level 2 lets you select multiple targets at once, and every successive hit drains more energy when it collides with an enemy. You do have the option, of course, to just select one target, but it's much of a muchness. It's a fairly one-to-one transition to how Instant Transmission was performing at level 1, which, in some respects, if you're not abusing it when you level up, makes it pretty great, actually. So I do find that it works quite well to use this at level 2, because it's only going to be abusable if I abuse it, and if I avoid doing that, we're pretty okay. So I don't exactly know how I'm going to be focusing on letting energy attacks upgrade as I unlock them to avoid the game getting too easy, because especially when beam attacks get upgraded, they can get very powerful, but they don't necessarily work in my favor because it's massive power output for a massive energy draw. I always thought the power draw on Kamehameha Wave was pretty bad. Level 2, it gets ridiculous, but the power output is great. I just don't know if the trade-off is going to be worth holding onto it. And I don't know. I think that's a bridge we'll come to when we come to it. Also, level 120 character barrier for Vegeta, because it's dark blue, if it's the same way it was in Legacy of Goku 2. Yeah, blue is for Vegeta in the same way that orange is for Goku. But of course, since we don't have Piccolo as playable, the green ones are now for Gohan. So yeah, come on, there we go. So yeah, energy beams, I'm not sure how I'm going to handle that. That's a bridge we'll cross when we come to it. And yeah, which basically means because Vegeta came to us at level 75, his Big Bang attack is already at level 2. And I've played around with it at level 1, and quite frankly, the downgrade of having it a level lower honestly is such a massive downgrade, I wouldn't use it. Because the biggest problem with it is it downgrades the size of the attack as well to half as big as it normally is. And that, come on. That kind of downgrade is not particularly worth it, and honestly underpowers the attack that I'd never use it. Hi there, stranger. Do you know about Yajirobe? Indeed I do. I heard that Yajirobe hates it when you run around him 3 times in a counterclockwise direction. Where though? Don't ask me how I know. No, where did you hear that? Where did you hear that? You can't just drop that on me and then not elaborate. That's not fair. That is not fair to do that. That's cheating. It must be. Something, surely. Okay, enough of that. I am going to turn Super Saiyan and deal with you ruffians in the only way possible. Fisticuffs. Oi, that's na. Ooh, a shirt. If that's what I think it is. Ha! Level up to 79. Fantastic. That one, awesome. And you may have seen it, I'm not sure if I've shown it off before, but when you level up when you're Super Saiyan, your base energy bar is the one that refills, not your Super Saiyan energy bar. Which, especially if that energy bar is very low, means you're 1, salvaging your energy for Super Saiyan, but 2, you're also taking advantage of the level up. It'd be kind of dumb if it filled in both, that'd be incredibly broken. I recognize you, sir!
A hunter destroyer.
For another game in a row, it is a Hunter Destroyer! We are so glad to see you here again. I mean, to be fair, I did tease this in Legacy of Goku 2. So I am glad to see him back again, and apparently, if what I'm reading and seeing is correct, the new Dragon Ball Z game that got released this year, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, which encompasses the plot of Legacy of Goku 1, Legacy of Goku 2, and Boo's Fury, brings those guys back. And like, I haven't played it yet, but from what I understand, these guys come back in the new Dragon Ball Z Kakarot game, which, for all intents and purposes, is a HD reimagining of Legacy of Goku 1, 2, and 3 with better accuracy to the source material. And I have a copy of it because I won a code for it, which means after I have finished recording the Legacy of Goku series, I am going to be doing a blind run of Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, and I am really looking forward to it. I don't know if I'm going to do a full run because that's a lot of game, but I'm at least going to do my first impressions on stream, and I am so looking forward to that. Do I want to swap characters here? You know, for the moment I am going to stick with Goku, because if we've got more forest ahead of us, although this is reminding me of the cutscene that triggered the Frieza landing in Legacy of Goku 2, and that's a ship with a big M on it, and that's Spopovich and Yamu, and everybody is here! Okay, we found the ship. Looks like the ground here has been disturbed recently, like something's been dug up. And there's Spopovich and Yamu. Ah! Of course, it's so obvious now, that's why we couldn't find his ship. He took a page out of Cell's book and buried himself underground for 4 years. Not original in the slightest. And we have more opposition. Dabura, that cursed wizard, managed to ensnare the king of demons. Which one is Dabura? He's the tall one. He's the king of the demon world. Okay, so Barbady has Satan under his control. Fantastic. It's a shadow world on the other side of this one. Two sides of the same coin. You may be the strongest in this world, but in the dark world of demons, Dabura is the strongest by far. And that little guy, is he Barbady? Yes, he is. Don't underestimate him because of his size. He is the most dangerous of them all. He has everyone in this forest under his mind control, for goodness sake. So just imagine the kind of horror he could inflict upon this world. If he's so strong, what's going to keep us from falling under his spell? He seeks out the evil desires in a person's heart. I mean, Kibito kind of touched in on this, but now it's being better elaborated. He manipulates and enhances them and ultimately controls them. That is how Dabura was captured. That is why only us, the pure of heart, have a chance of fighting him. Well that works for... Krillin, you're echoing my exact thoughts, but be careful. Be careful, I just revoked the own counter. But what about Piccolo? He hasn't always been one of the good guys. Krillin, Piccolo wasn't the one I was thinking of, if I'm completely honest. So boys, what have you brought me? It's the energy you asked for, Master. It's stored in here. So Yamu hands over the syringe. You've done well. We are now one step closer to achieving our goal. It's a shame that your business with me is finished because I'm afraid I have no more use for you. And without a second thought, blows them up heartlessly. Too bad. I really liked them. Wonderful, isn't it? Before he perished, did you see the look of fear in his eyes? It pleases me to... This guy is sadistic. And those were only 2 of them. There are millions left to torment. Again, Dabura, billions. But I guess if you count out the people who are not so shady, that's a little more accurate. But I mean, aren't we all a little bit damaged?
I'm emotionally damaged. They're emotionally damaged. Look at them! Emotion!
Oh, and there's something else.
Yes, Master.
It appears we have some companies, Spopovich and Yamu. He can sense us. We're hiding our energy and...
Indeed, fools believe they are well hidden. There are 7 of them in total. One of them is the Supreme Kai, and 3 have enormous energy levels that we can use. It will go a long way to reviving Majin Buu.
More than that, in these 3 alone we'll find more than enough to suit our purposes. How marvelous!
Guys, Barbady is going back inside, but Dabura is staying behind. Guys,
oh no, he knows we're here!
Yeah, that, now let's begin.
And then he mercilessly kills Kibito and Krillin and Piccolo in stone. Oh no, he's turned them to stone, but don't worry, if we can defeat Dabura, they'll turn back to normal. Damn it, Dabura, I just revoked Krillin's own count. You can't do that! You can't do that to him! The man earned revocation of that counter. He deserved to have it blown up. No, they're counting on the fact that you'll charge into their spaceship to stop them. It's safer for all of us if you wait out here. Sorry, but we just can't do that. Guys, 2 of our best friends have been turned into stone. If something happens to them, they will die. Patience has never been our strongest virtue. Vegeta, you're... We have to defeat Dabura and turn our friends back to normal. Journal entry. Entered Barbady's ship to defeat Dabura. Specifically Dabura, not Barbady. Main priority is these 2 here, who interestingly, though, if we open up the scouter, we have the option to scan them when they are turned to stone. And I do find it interesting that Krillin's got question marks, because, yeah, usually that only happens for NPCs who we're never going to fight. Did I scan Gohan in his Great Saiyaman armor? Armor, outfit, without the helmet? Point being, with, like, no time to waste, you are not convincing these guys not to save their friends. It is completely illogical. But apparently the game is going to force us to. Because not only are we not the right level to get in there, we need to get in there with Gohan, who is still level 70. Okay, the Z-Fighter exhibit is nice, thank you for giving that to me, but still, unfortunately, this is the biggest problem that Boo's Fury has, is it forces artificial lengthening and padding, and with every improvement this game makes, it is this sole fact alone that to me kind of makes Legacy of Goku 2 the most balanced in terms of as a whole. Boo's Fury makes such great improvements, but it does this, and I really don't like it. Because now it means, in order to get into Barbady's ship, I'm going to have to do some level grinding, and I have to not leave the others behind, because they are all well under that level. Can't do anything about Trunks, because again, World Martial Arts Tournament. But while I'm going back through and grinding, I am going to head back to the world map, and head to the lookout, to investigate that whole Yajirobe thing. So, yeah, whichever happens first, probably go into the lookout. I'll meet you there, and now we'll go to a commercial break, because that seems like a much better way to place it.
By sheer coincidence.
Alright, I didn't think it was gonna happen when I was on the way back to the world map, but Goku has made it to level 85. Okay, so I guess that means that in terms of the errands, I'll give control to someone else. Okay, first things first, let's investigate that whole Yajirobe thing here on the lookout. Just pay him a visit. Hey Yajirobe. So he actually, his eyes follow you as you walk around him, and if you miss a position, it basically stops treating it as you walking around circles. So you've got to make sure that he actually is watching you the whole time. There we go. And then he gets dizzy. And then we're in a Z-Fighter exhibit. How did that guy know that? I hate it when people do that. Oh yeah, Yajirobe, you goof. Oh yeah, and then here's Zinzu being Vegeta. Why, thank you. Oh, because technically we gave the only one we got to Videl. That's right. Here's a Zinzu Bean. Yes. Here's a Zinzu Bean. You're only gonna give me 3, right? What? You think Zenzu Beans grow on trees? Come back later. So yeah, but yeah, 3 Zenzu Beans and a Z-Fighter exhibit we can go after later. While I'm out doing errands, actually, I think the smart thing to do would be to probably duck back to Capsule Corp and see if Mrs. Briefs would be happy to wash the dirty gloves that I got off screen and also the dirty shirt that I got earlier. Because I believe, if she is willing to oblige. So she immediately notices that it's filthy and asks us to come back later. How long is later? I wish I could remember how long is later.
Later.
Is it just if I leave the screen and then come back? Is that enough time? Yes, it is. Wonderful. So now we get a clean shirt. And I believe gloves, same kind of thing. Yep, still busy. Which means if I just go in here and then leave again, should be done? Yes! Clean gloves, wonderful. Alrighty, Vegeta, she bothered to do the laundry. Take your clean shirt. I'm sorry it's not pink. Now, I could be mistaken, it has been quite a while, but I believe once more characters start hitting level 75, the difficulty level of the airships starts rubber banding to match it, and the enemies get harder. Yes, that's right. That's exactly what I thought. Hooligans! I thought so. You are no match for the Prince of All Saiyans. Deal with my final flash. But yeah, now the characters have started getting stronger, the enemies are gonna start getting harder. Same kind of movesets, but with higher power, endurance, strength, and health. And oh boy, great for experience. Perfect. Alright, Vegeta is now level 85. No. Said it before, I'll say it again, said it before, I'll say it again. Eat your lunch, Gohan. Dang it. There we go. With that, everyone is now level 85. Meaning, now we no longer have that level threshold to get over. Yep. Thank you, Gohan. Wasn't sure if he was or wasn't powering down for a second there. Which means, finally, after goodness knows how long collectively of doing some level grinding, so sorry, Krill, I didn't break him, did I? Oh, trapped in a stone prison, has Gohan crashing headfirst into Krillin killed? Wait, hand me that script. I mean, he's still all there, so I think he's going to be alright. I'm a bit worried what happens if someone tips him over. Point being, we're level 85, we're good to go. Time to finally empty Barbady's ship. With their friends' lives in the balance, Supreme Kai and the Z-Fighters enter Barbady's ship. Will they be able to save Krillin and Piccolo? Find out on the next exciting episode of Dragon Ball Z.